Hello, Tuesday. Hey, fifth graders. Hope you're doing well. I didn't get to come visit you yesterday. Yesterday was a crazy day with all the iReady stuff going on and some other things, and I'm having trouble with the 3D printer. So we had great luck for all of our prints, and now we're trying to print the left side of the helmet, and it's stringing and it's getting jammed, and I'm trying to learn how to fix it. So that's what I've been doing this morning. It's a little stressful, only the fact that I don't know how to fix it, and that's frustrating to not know something. But I know with a growth mindset that I don't know yet. And in the end, it's teaching me all the things that I need to know to be able to run that thing efficiently all the time. So, oh well, I'll figure it out. Little delay. Ironman helmet is stuck right now, but we'll get there. So welcome to week 35. As we've been talking about, time to shine. You guys have been shining in 3 areas. Let's talk about those 3 areas that you can shine this week and really show off as 5th graders. So we've had a year, all year, when you guys have done amazing things this year. You've been through so much, but now it's time to really show what you know in 3 areas. Let's talk about those 3 areas. Number 1, the snow cone prep test, which is going to be on Thursday and Friday, and then probably go a little bit into next week. It's about 15 to 20 questions of stuff you've learned all year. You just kind of put it all together. You can use your notes, you can use your flashcards, and you just put together and do your best that you can to get one final big test to show what you know, okay? Then the second way is in your iReady. So I know that you're working on iReady reading this week. Next week you'll be doing iReady math. Even if there's long passages and stuff, you're like, oh, no, really try your best, because instead of state testing, it's time to shine with your iReady. So that's why just show off, really, really take your time and do your best. And then number 3 is writing your personal narrative. So Miss Lindsay has worked really hard with you all year on writing, and now you get to kind of put it together in a fun way of something that you know what to write about. You don't have to go find certain things in a passage. You get to do it because it's from your own life. So write your best personal narrative that you could possibly write. Okay? So in those 3 areas, you guys get to shine. So let's jump over to last night's homework. Again, if you're doing your math homework or your math classwork, whichever you want it to be, that's where you're going to get your most bang for your buck. That's where you're practicing the problems that you are going to see on the snow cone test, okay? And kind of quizzing yourself on, do I know this? Do I not know this? If you don't know it, you need to pay attention right now, take good notes, and or know which flashcards that represented that you were not able to get. So let's go over to our homework from last night. Okay. So we got to ask ourselves what kind of problem it is and then actually solve it. Sorry, I ran it over with my chair. So on this first one here, what do we got? We have, what kind of problem is this? We did one on problem of the day yesterday. That's 2-box area model, right? Because it's multiplying. So you get your 2 box. You split 6 and 1/4 times 3. Let me switch colors here. I'm going to go to red. I write what meets in there. 6 times 3 meets. What meets in this box? 3 times 1/4. What is 6 times 3? 18. Circle it. 3 times 1/4 is 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. Repeated adding is 3/4. So what is your answer? 18 plus 3/4 equals 18 and 3/4. Not too bad. Come on. All right. What kind of problem is this? Does McDonald's sell burger Sundays? What? So let's go with 687. And I purposely divided by 5 here for you because I know you know your 5. So this is more to check the steps. Make sure you remember them. Does McDonald's sell burger Sundays? What? So how many 5s go into 6? 1. 1 times 5 is 5. Subtract, you get 1. Bring down, remember you can only bring down one number and you use your arrow, 18. How many 5s go into 18? 3. The answer always goes on top. 3 times 5 is 15. Right here in the list, subtract and bring down. 3, bring down the 7. Start over one more time. How many 5s go into 37? 7. 7 times 5 is 35. Subtract, and you get remainder 2. There's nothing more to bring down. So your answer is 137, remainder 2, but not just 2. Then we always write it as a fraction in 5th grade, 2/5. So, and Does anybody remember what this is called? What is the answer to a division problem called? Remember, your 4 choices are sum, difference, product, or quotient. That's right, quotient. It's the weird sounding one. All right, write in standard form. What does standard form mean? It means just as a normal number. So I always like to do, see how this has a fraction and this one has a fraction? I like to do the whole numbers first. So 6 times 1,000 is 6,000. That's easy. 2 times 100 is 200. 9 times 10 is 90. So then I just build this number first. I get 6,290. And then sometimes I go like this. I put my decimal with the 3 lines. And I remember this is the only one Mr. Manfield ever asked me to memorize. It's the 1/10, then the 100ths, then we have the 1,000ths. And now you just put in the numbers. Oh, put 3 in the 1/10. Okay, sure. Put 4 in the 100ths. And now you have your number. How would I read this number? 6,290 and 34 hundredths. Okay, what kind of problem is this? Yep, any dividing, we start with the whole number, end with the whole number. So 8 divided by 1/3 is 24. Because remember, this question is really asking you how many 1/3 could you make out of 8 wholes? So you could make 24 1/3. All right, how about this one? How do you move on a coordinate grid? Remember, over and up. Or X, then Y. So let's go over 2.5. We say, I don't see 2.5, but of course 2.5 is between 2 and 3. So you go over 2.5 and go up 3.5 to right about there and put a star. It's like 2 different number lines. Over 2.5, up 3.5, star. All right, let's keep rolling. Oh, here's one of those words. It's from your flashcards. Is it add, subtract, multiply, or divide? Product. It means multiply. We've been working on that since 2nd grade. Now we have 487 times 68, which is magic 0. Okay, so we're going to have kill cross magic. Now this time I purposely used 8s and 7s and 6s to make this a little bit harder to do, meaning these are, you have to know your multiplication facts. These are all off our cards. You're like, what cards are those, Mr. Manderfeld? Our flash cards that we studied since the beginning of the year, right? So here we go. Cover, 8 times 7 in order, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops, I almost put a 5 there. 8 and 8 fell on the floor. When they got up there, 64 plus 5 is 69. 8 times 4, the hardest, 32, plus 6 is 38. Kill, cross, magic 0. Now, you want to take a look that you got your top row right. If you do not have 3,896, then what you did is you multiplied wrong. Your problem is in multiplying, not in doing magic 0. So then, let's go to the next one. Now we're adding the 6. 6 times 7 tied their shoe. When they got up there, 42. Put down the 2, carry the 4 up, way up. 6 times 8 is 48, plus 4 is 52. Put down the 2, carry the 5 up, way up. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 5 is 29. So again, take a second to actually look at your work. Because if you can analyze where your mistakes are, you'll have a much better chance of knowing how to get it right next time. 6 plus 0 is 6. 9 plus 2 is 11. 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11. 9 plus 3 is 12, plus 1 is 13. And we get 3. Now remember, when we do our commas, commas always go from the right side. So kids like to just put in commas. No, always from here. 1, 2, 3, comma, 33,116. All right, last one. What kind of problem is this? That is stacking, right? Because we're adding. It's not 4-box area model. It's stacking. So let's go to the back where I have more room. Let's do 5 2/3. Was it plus? Yes. Plus 1 1/4. So first thing is we need fraction bars. What kind are you feeling? Oh, someone said lemon lime. I agree. Let's do lemon lime fraction bars because we're going to make equivalent fractions. We want to get 3 and 4 to match. So we start counting by 3s and 4s. No match. Still no match. Oh, we get a match at 12. So we put in our new denominator. Then we do our 4x's. And then we ask ourselves, how do we get there? How many 4s go into 12? 3. Whatever you do to the bottom of the fraction, the denominator, you have to do to the numerator. 1 times 3 is 3. Same here. How many 3s go into 12? 4. How many? 4. You get 8. And now let's add it. Here's our new fractions. 5 and 8/12 plus 1 and 3/12 equals 5 plus 1 is 6. 8 plus 3 is 11. 12ths, and you did it. Okay, now let's get into those flashcards and do a little flashcard practice, and then you can just work on your 6 math problems to get you ready for tomorrow. And I'm looking forward to seeing you all tomorrow when we do our rotations. So let's go back over, dive in. I don't know if you had time to do the digital flashcards yesterday. I haven't got to ask Miss Lindsay or Miss Smith, but either way, you either get out your actual blue flashcards or go over here to classwork. And I'll re-put it in under today's. When this says Tuesday, you'll also find the link. But there's a link right here to the flippity flashcards. Kind of sounds funny, flippity flashcards. Let's do a couple. Let's get past some of these that we did yesterday. All right. So what kind of problem is this? 5 1/2 times 3 1/2 multiplying 2 mixed numbers, 4-box area model. Yep. 4 divided by 1/3. Oh, whenever we divide by a fraction, start with a fraction. Start with a whole number, end with a whole number. Yep. Let's do 2 more. 1/3 divide. Oh, I see divided in there and I see a fraction. 1/3 divided by 4, start with a fraction, end with a fraction. Adding, we just did one of these, the last problem we just did. Adding mixed numbers, stack it. There you go. So practice those. You should be experts by now. Miss Lindsay and Miss Smith, I also could send you a Kahoot if they wanted to play a Kahoot with the flashcards, if that's a way that you'd like to do it instead. And then you're going to have your 6 math problems for tonight for your classwork, I guess. You guys have been doing it in school. Otherwise, I got to get back to working on that 3D printer. I got to figure it out, okay? Hopefully, you guys have a wonderful day. I'm looking forward. Do your best on that iReady test, and we'll see you tomorrow.